Hello, everyone. Welcome in or welcome back to Bluntest of Tarot. I am Lindsay. If you're new to the channel, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Today, we will be doing a collective reading. So this is going to be the Overcoming Addiction spread, guys. So if you are new to the channel, I do this reading every Sunday. Generally every Sunday. I mean, there has been, I think, like one or two since I started that I have missed and maybe put on a Monday instead. But either way, welcome into Bluntest of Tarot. I appreciate you all being here. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so only take what resonates with you and leave the rest for someone else who is watching. With that said, I do offer personal readings. This one specifically, the Overcoming Addiction spread, is available as a personal reading. So if you would like to check out my menu, it is located in the description box of the channel. Also, you can win a personal reading or a crystal. Simply hashtag the word personal reading, crystal, or both in the comment section, as well as like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, for your messages. Please show the collective all they need in overcoming this addiction or bad habit or challenge that is in their life, however it resonates for you. How do you remove any blockages that you have in your way right now? Eight of Swords energy. Quit the overthinking, y'all. The being up in your head all the time, the constant thoughts is what is eating you alive. In order for you to remove blockages in your life, you have to figure out how to quiet your thoughts. You have to figure out how to calm your thoughts. And I feel like for a lot of you, it's going to be like a walk in nature, maybe a meditation practice. Maybe if you don't practice meditation at all, try at least 5 to 10 minutes a day. I mean, guys, that's not really a lot of time out of your day at all. So take that 5-10 minutes that you have in the morning when it's quiet before everybody gets up, or maybe at night, when everybody's put to bed and you're still awake. Like, take that time for yourself to quiet those thoughts, because Eight of Swords energy is overthinking. It's fear. It's being in a mental prison. And you have put yourself there, collective. For whoever is watching this reading, you are in a mental prison, and that's why you've got blockages in your life right now, because you are your own worst enemy. You are overthinking everything in your life, especially when it comes to overcoming this addiction, and it is causing you, to be blocked in a lot of different places in your life. What is holding you back? The 10 of Cups. So there's something about your family situation, your family dynamic that is holding you back from overcoming this addiction. That's interesting. So maybe you guys have someone in your family that also has the same addiction as you, and this person encourages your addiction because they don't want to go through it alone. That is what I'm picking up on. So if you do have a family that enables you or your addiction, and you know this, it is in your awareness, you are completely aware of it, you're not oblivious to it, it is time for you to try to disconnect yourself from that person. And if you cannot disconnect yourself from that person, disconnect yourself from their energy. I feel like for some of you, a cord cutting would be a good thing to do. I don't know if you know anything about that, but simply setting the intention of cutting the energetic cord or the trauma bond that you have with this person, because obviously you guys have the same addiction. So you may have some of the same underlying reasons behind your addiction, why you do the things that you do. Energetically cutting the cord. And if you don't know how to do that, you can look it up for sure. Definitely there are meditations that involve cord cutting. So you could, two birds with one stone right there. You could get your meditation practice in, and you could do a cord cutting ritual all in one. What action steps do you need to take to reach your goals? Well, we've got the Tower in reverse here, y'all. So when the Tower is in reverse, it's as if it could never be rebuilt. Well, it is as though it can never be rebuilt. It's not as if, it is. This Tower, it's completely being destroyed. When the Tower is in the upright, things that are not built on a solid foundation, those things are removed from your energy, from your life, right? To rebuild again. But there is something in your life, collective, that is holding you back so much so that it's going to be completely destroyed, completely annihilated. There is no coming back from this. Whatever it is that has been keeping you down, keeping you depressed, keeping you anxious, keeping you stuck in your thoughts, which is really anxiety and fear, that in itself is being removed from your life. What action steps you need to take to reach your goal are allowing this to go away. Whenever this Tower falls, do not chase it. Do not try to get it back in your life, whatever it is, whether it's a person, place, thing, a job, a whatever. Whenever this Tower falls, let it go. It could be a mindset too. If you wake up one day and you feel like, oh my gosh, I just feel a little bit more lighter, I feel a little bit more positive, it's because the energy of that Tower is being removed from your life. And if you try to, I feel like it's like devil energy coming in, trying to like talk. It's like you got an angel on one side, a devil on the other, trying to talk shit in your ear and get you to doubt yourself and try to chase after whatever it is that's leaving your life. Even if it is a mindset, you may have like all of these negative thoughts come crawling back into your head, even though you feel lighter, to try to get you back under. Do you see what I'm saying? So in order to reach your goal, you have to allow this Tower to leave. When you get those negative thoughts, try sitting down and doing a meditation. I know it's hard, and that's the hardest part about it, is getting yourself to sit down and actually do it. Once you start doing it, you may think, oh my God, am I even doing this right? Yada, yada, yada. There may be a lot of thoughts that go through your head your first few times of meditating. But eventually, after practice, because everything comes with practice. You can't get perfect at something. You can't get good at something without practice. And I feel like after a couple, 2-3 times of meditating, you're finally going to start to see that your thoughts can calm down. You don't have to overthink everything and be scared of everything. Are you willing to change the way you have taught yourself to live? We've got the 6 of Cups. That is definitely a yes. You are in this energy of wanting to live in a whole new way. I feel like you're in the energy of wanting, a whole new environment. The 6 of Cups can talk about nostalgia. You may be nostalgic for your childhood. Maybe some of you guys really enjoyed some things about your childhood, and now that you've become an adult and you have these addiction issues, it's like you may be questioning whether you want to be an adult anymore, that type of thing. Like, what in the world? I wish I could go back to being a kid. It was so much easier type of vibe. But for some of you, your issues with addiction could have stemmed from your childhood. There just may be this one certain part about your childhood that you absolutely miss and you want back. You may be reminiscing about that. But yes, I see you being willing to change the way you've taught yourself to live. And the 5th question, what do I need to know to live in a completely new way? We got the Star in the reverse. In order for you to live in a completely new way, you have to let go of the resistance that you have to your healing. A lot of you know what you need to do, but you're not doing it. You're resisting it. You're going against it. You're not actually flowing with what Spirit has for you. The Star card, when it is in the upright, it's about your hopes, your wishes, your dreams coming true, because you've done the healing work to balance out the spirituality and the practicality. When it is in the reverse, It's like you're not wanting to do that healing work. You're resisting that healing work. And the question therein was, what do you need to know to live in a completely new way? Well, stop resisting your healing because it's here for you. And it's like you're just pushing it away. Like I said, you're letting that little devil win. Or, it's like, what do they say? The wolf in sheep's clothing, or whatever the case may be. Like you're letting those thoughts, the big bad wolf, get in your head. How does this addiction affect your emotions and your actions? Queen of Swords in the reverse. Well, it looks like it makes you a cold-hearted, ruthless, mean person. That's what it does. This addiction, when you are active in it, it makes you very emotional, very emotionally unstable, very irrational, collective. Therefore, your actions become irrational. Your behavior becomes irrational. You become mean, you become rude, you become ruthless. You don't care who you hurt when you are in this addiction actively. So let's go ahead and clarify each one of these cards and find out what you need to know. That is the Marvel Tarot that I just used. This one here, I believe it's called the Rainbow Tarot, if I'm not mistaken, because everything is in rainbows. I believe it is called the Rainbow Tarot. I might be wrong. I can't remember what it's called. I was actually given this deck by a friend, so there you have it. All right, let's see what we got for the collective. What about the Eight of Swords? Why is this here for the collective? What about the Eight of Swords? The High Priestess in the reverse. You're definitely suppressing your intuition. And that's what's causing this overthinking, because you're not listening to your intuition. You're all up in your head. You are shoving your intuition down so far, it may take you a while to hear it again. In order to remove the blockages that you have in your life, you have to get in touch with your spiritual side. You do. You've got to start meditating, like I was saying, Pisces, Cancer energy. Feel the calm, feel the quiet. It doesn't always have to be go, 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 go all the time, collective. Please clarify the Ten of Cups as what is holding the collective back. The Page of Wands. Yeah, you may have somebody younger than you in your family that encourages you, to drink or do drugs with them or whatever it is that is your bad habit or your addiction. Because it can be many, many things. And you may have someone younger than you in your family that does that same thing. They're very young, they're very passionate, they're very free. They're very in charge type of energy. And I feel like maybe you can't say no to this person. Maybe you got this person started. You introduced them to whatever this addiction is. And it's almost like you feel bad that they're there and that you are trying to get better. It's almost like you're pitying them. And I can understand that if, you did introduce them to it, even if you didn't. There's a sense of guilt here and a sense of shame. Because this is someone that is younger than you. For some of you, it may not be. It could be a fire sign. It could just be that Leo, Sag, Aries energy. But what is holding you back is that person. Sadly enough, it is another person that is holding you back. What about the Tower card? Why is that here as the action steps to reach the goals that the collective has? Why is the Tower in the reverse the action steps that the collective needs to take? The Moon. There it is again. You've got to follow your intuition. Quiet your mind. Start your meditation practice. It is essential. It is essential for your peace of mind, collective. What about this Six of Cups here? Why is the Six of Cups here? The Queen of Cups. So being very, very compassionate and nurturing towards your own energy in order to teach yourself how to live in a new way. Yes, you're ready to change the way you've taught yourself how to live. But in order to do that, you've got to be loving and compassionate with yourself, even about the things in your past. You have to forgive yourself. You have to release the shame, the regret, the guilt. If you introduce someone to something that you're trying to get over, introduce them to overcoming that. You see what I'm saying? Balance the scales. But you have to worry about you first. You have to be more compassionate, loving, and graceful towards you and your situation. You have to focus on you, and then you can help other people. You can't help other people if you aren't helping yourself. What about this star in the reverse? The King of Wands. You got to take control back. You got to take the power back in your life, collective. In order to live in this completely new way, you have got to take accountability and responsibility for your own healing. Yes, maybe somebody else hurt you in such a traumatic way that it has taken you years and years and years to recover. Maybe it just continued to happen to you. So you have a lot of trauma in your system. I understand, I get it. But in order to live in a new way and completely overcome this addiction or bad habit that you're facing, you must take control back of your life. And that starts by accepting and not resisting your healing that is here for you. How does this addiction affect your emotions and actions? Well, it makes you a very mean, cold-hearted, ruthless person. Why is the Queen of Swords here? The Chariot in the reverse, and it also halts your progress. When you step into this addiction, maybe you're back and forth, maybe you're wavering right now between, being sober and not. But when you are not, or when you're actively in this addiction, you're stopping your progress. You're halting your life. You're delaying things in your life with that Chariot in reverse. That is what I've got for you, collective. I hope this reading helped. I love you guys very much, and I'll see you on the next one.